This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Shade 45, Sway in the morning, man. Before we get started to this next thing right here, you know, my man Adell just came in from Respect Magazine.
No doubt.
And he brought us a treat, Heather B. I don't know if y'all can see this. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's a new issue of Respect Magazine.
Ooh.
Coming out October 13th. Tuesday, October 13th. Yesterday, I kind of jumped the gun and revealed the cover on my social media on @RealSway and on Twitter and Instagram. And it's a cover that's featuring Wale and yours truly, ladies and gentlemen. Yours truly.
You look good.
You know, and on the Respect Magazine, and the caption is "Still striving for justice or else." Sway and Wale got the answers, damn it.
Real talk, real talk.
I didn't come up with that one right there, but hey, man, it makes sense.
You ran with it?
Yeah, I ran with it. Why not? Shit. All right, and Pharoah Monch is featured in it. King Los is featured in it.
No
Eric
doubt.
Thomas is featured in it. Lauryn Hill, The Weeknd, Lupe Fiasco, Yasin Bey.
Nice.
Black Alicious, Killer Mike. And the entire issue is kind of themed around the Justice or Else Million Man March anniversary that's taking place actually tomorrow in Washington, D.C.
Right.
Nation of Islam, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, have called out on all youth, specifically black male youth, but all youth who want to see a change in what's going on in today's society that's been going on for centuries now in terms of injustice towards people who are considered oppressed or disenfranchised, and gathering together to talk about how we can utilize our numbers and change things, you know, not just on the surface, but also within politics itself. How can we change some of the policy and laws that are keeping people oppressed? How can we change the mentality and the psychology that are keeping us oppressed as individuals? How can we defeat the pitfalls and adversity we face, these walls that are in our communities? And a lot of these things we bring onto ourselves, you know. So how do we reverse the effect of just hundreds of years of white supremacist laws, rules, mentality that have, and this is not to offend white folks or any folks who don't think like this, but you know, let's be honest about how this country was founded, you know, and we still are to this day. We still seeing how folks are suffering because of a mentality when you got, you know, politicians that are saying, hey, man, let's create an exodus and remove a big section of our population and take them back to Mexico. And then pretty soon they'll be saying, you know, take them back to Israel. When they say that,
what else is you know, or
they're going to say, take them back to Africa.
So you know people don't like to read, Sway. Let's just be honest. But the cover and the way it's shot and how it looks like one of those collective items now.
Exactly.
It's going to go out here and people are going to want to grab this cover. When is this going to be available?
Adell, speak up, man, from Respect Magazine. Go ahead, man. Say what up, man.
Yo, what's going on? I really appreciate you guys for having me on the show.
Yeah,
No
we
doubt.
appreciate you.
Definitely legendary. But, you know, I'm excited, you know, to have Sway and Wale participate in this cover. It's something that, you know, I was telling Sway yesterday, it's so far out of my hands in terms of just like, I can't even take credit for it. It's something that sort of came to me, you know, with the timing of it, knowing when the issue was going to drop and knowing at that particular time we was planning the issue, you know, we saw, you know, Minister Farrakhan making his rounds. It was like, oh, man, it is the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Right.
So for us, you know, coming out of, you know, a hot issue previous to this, you know, we had, you know, Future and Mike Will on the cover. And at that time when we were planning that issue, once again, I can't take credit for it because it was just a feeling. And I didn't know that, you know, we would be the only one to have him on the cover. And during that time, he would have 2 #1 albums.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just going, you know, just going with the feeling. And so it was another thing when this, you know, just coming up with this particular issue and, you know, thinking like, man, who could be the voice, you know, for, you know, this generation, and, you know, who could also be a voice, you know, for the previous generation, because I think that's where a huge disconnect is, you know, just for us culturally, you know, with this whole thing of, you know, there's so much separation.
Yeah.
And we can't really move forward because time and time again, you know, we are having to learn things for the first time over and over because we have that disconnect, as a culture. And so this is very calculated, having Sway, from Oakland, right? And we know the history of that when it comes to, just politics and social issues and social injustice. And then we have, Wale from D.C.,
right?
Where the
nation's capital.
The nation's capital,
right.
Where it really goes down, where all the crooks are.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about in the inner city. But it definitely, they have a problem in the inner city as well. But that's also where the march is being taken, and it's just two interesting, great perspectives. And I wanted to bring them together for a conversation. And it's one of the things, you just throw it out there, because you don't necessarily think Sway and Wale on the next cover of whatever.
Yeah.
That's not any disrespect, but I just thought it's so important, and to do something. Different and for print. That's really gonna
shut up, Calloway.
Let me reel you up a little bit, man.
Yeah.
He had no idea I was going to be on Empire this week.
And had no idea.
Timing.
Exactly.
You know what's
the timing of it, right? The timing of it.
I keep coming back to
They
that.
say you don't expect Sway on the cover, but you see him on Empire.
That's real talk.
Right,
So when can people get it though?
October 13th.
Oh, October 13th.
October 13th is the release date. And, for me, I was thinking like, man, people are going to be coming back from D.C. They're going to be charged up. They're going to be, just hyped and be like, oh, man, we got to make a difference. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
But for the most part, people are going to go home and do nothing.
What's a little preview? Maybe like a pull quote from their conversation.
Well, actually, I have something.
This is an interesting situation because Eminem recently met with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and that's how big this anniversary is, justice or else. And that theme is too, a lot of folks have been shot and killed by the hands of police officers recently. Right. And people are demanding justice. And if your justice doesn't happen, the or else can be whatever you think it can be. At some point, that's how revolutions start. When Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake," oh man, they had it. So this is what we're gonna do. Adell, thank you for coming by, man. If you want to find out more, can they go to respectmagazine.com?
Respect-mag.com. You can go ahead and check it out. Follow us on social media. We're really excited. The issue is solid. Like I said, we put it together in a way to where when people leave the march, they can sort of look at this magazine as sort of like a guide or something that's going to go ahead and spark conversation. Every single feature in there, is forward focus, to help you with figuring out what your next move is going to be coming from that march. So we're really
the next move is going to be. Thank you very much, man.
Yes,
Adell from Respect Magazine.
It's Sway in the morning, only
on Shade 45.